Hello, I'm Hal Ottaway with the Wichita Postcard Club, and it's time once again for a postcard of the week. And this week, I'm happy to introduce Kyle Joliffe from Toronto, Canada, and he's our speaker at this coming March 7th Wichita Postcard Club meeting. And we hope you'll join us at 1:45 p.m. Central Time next Saturday. So, Kyle, please tell us about your talk. I have the title here as The History of the Original World Trade Center Site in New York City. Go ahead.
Thanks very much, Hal. I'm very pleased to give this presentation next week. The World Trade Center site is a unique property. It has historic and global significance, but many people don't realize that the history of the site goes back hundreds of years, really to the first founding of New Amsterdam, which became New York, and before that as well, when the indigenous people occupied it. The site's history can be chronicled using maps and photos and postcards, and it's really quite a fascinating story. The site has a special pole, and that pole is from the New Jersey shore to the New York City shore. So in my talk, I'll be combining all those things, the maps and the postcards and the photos, to show how that site has evolved and then became the World Trade Center site. And then after the events of 9/11, became the site of the National 9/11 Memorial Museum and the what's been called the Freedom Tower, or One World Trade Center. And soon there'll be another tower, World Trade Center 2 Tower for American Express. It's just been announced this week. So it's really an extraordinary site that captures both local and national and global significance. And we can tell this story through those different mediums. The postcard of the week is an aerial photo that was mailed in 1927, shows the Art Deco New York Telephone Company building on the far left, and towards the center it shows the famous Woolworth Tower, which for a time was the largest tower in the world. Also next to the Woolworth Tower is the transportation building built on the site of the old Astor Hotel on Broadway. But the postcard also shows the World Trade Center site, save for a small parcel which was later added to it, as it was in about 1930, the year that it was mailed. So it shows the Hudson Terminal building. It shows all the buildings in front of it, or almost all the buildings in front of it, that stretch from the Hudson Terminal building all the way to West Street. And on the other side of West Street, of course, were the docks for local and national ships, all kinds of ships that brought goods and food and passengers in and out of New York City. All those docks, of course, are gone in front of the World Trade Center site, and generally all the way up West Street, towards 42nd Street. It also shows how the site at that time, 1930, wasn't very developed very much. It was a difficult parcel for many years to develop because it had the Hudson tubes, the Hudson and Manhattan Railway tubes running under it, and also the elevated railway and that on 9th Street, or I'm sorry, Greenwich Avenue, and also the 6th Avenue elevated railway at the front or the Church Street side of the Hudson Terminal. So it's a snapshot in time of what would be the World Trade Center site 40 years later. It's underdeveloped by New York City standards of 1930, and it's an interesting site as I explore in my presentation, because a lot of it became known as Old New York. It was something that stood in stark contrast to the rest of Lower Manhattan, which was quickly becoming developed, especially the buildings around Broadway. Also, Midtown Manhattan with its Chrysler Building and the Empire State Building, other similar skyscrapers such as the Chenin Building. It's an interesting snapshot, and I'll explore the different ways that that parcel of land came together, and then how it was finally developed, how the sort of the right fit came along for developing that site, which is about 16 acres in size. As well, the site of the World Trade Center mirrors the development of the New York City waterfront from the colonial times to the modern times. So there's many different aspects of the history of this particular site. Now, also, I'll touch on the history of postcards in the 20th century.
Join us March 7th, Saturday afternoon at 1:45 p.m., please, Central Time, and we'll see you and see Kyle too. Bye bye for now.
Thanks, Hal.